Hi, I'm Sally Thiebaud. In this video today, I'm going to share with you how do you tell others about your child's diagnosis. All right, so now you've got the diagnosis. Now the next challenge is sharing that information with others. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. You are going to need support around you. And not all families are 100% supportive. You may be very, very fortunate to have a really supportive group around you, but that's not the case for everybody. So in order to deal with that and in order to overcome that, first is to release your emotional connection to not being understood. You may have taken this long journey. You may still be feeling some emotion, some grief, some overwhelm yourself. So really important that you deal with that, and we can deal with that in later videos. The next thing that I found worked really well was to actually give my family and family members a document to explain what autism is, how this presents in your child. Remember, because your child's been diagnosed with autism, they'll know your child. It's not all children diagnosed with autism. So being very specific about how this impacts on your child. So I found, first of all, sharing your child's gifts and talents and how wonderful they are in different scenarios. Find the good, most of all. Then, once you've done that, is to then share your challenge, your child's challenges. So, for instance, you might say, let's call your son John. When John is in situations where he's surrounded by too many people, he finds it difficult to process information, and he may shut down or he may react. And that it's extremely important at that point to understand, to be aware, to be alert to that, and then explain in the letter to them how you want to deal with them, so that you're all on the same page is exactly the way you deal with it. Let me explain how that would work. So maybe your son, John, when he's with a large group of people, tends to react when he can't process information, becomes too much overloaded. So what do you want them to do? By saying, this is what we do. We find it's best if we just ask him to be removed from the situation, simply get down, look at him in the eye, and calmly say, John, I know this is getting overwhelming. Let's go into the next room, or let's get out your iPad, or let's go for a walk outside. Now, you need to all be on the same page. So your family knows what is the strategies that you're putting into place for your child. They can then use the same strategies. Remember, most people, when they know what to do, can be very supportive. Now, if you're in a family where you don't have the support, where you have some judgment and it's uncomfortable, the decision becomes, am I going to place myself in that situation? It's probably always best to have a family meeting, a family Zoom call, some type of interaction with the family. Ask them to share their concerns, ask them to share their thoughts, and be open. Now, I know this is difficult when you're emotional, especially when you first get the diagnosis. I know this can be difficult, but as the parent, you're going to become your child's champion. And if you can start off in a way that's very empowering and understanding that not everybody gets it, and not judging them for not getting it, it can go a long way. So in a future video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can deal with your anxiety, your pain, your grief, and that's incredibly, incredibly important. But let me just go over once again. So I found in my experience to write a letter or create a document, very short, not long, for family members and friends has worked really well. List what autism is. List your child's challenges, your hopes and dreams for them, how the strategies you're using, but also the challenges. So you're giving people to make them feel empowered about how they're going to help you create that village around your child. So make sure you click on the button here to subscribe to keep updated for our brand new videos, and share a comment below. If you're struggling in any way with expressing to people how to talk about the diagnosis, or you're feeling judged, please let me know. We can give you some other strategies. And please share this with somebody that may be struggling at the moment with the diagnosis and how to tell others. Remember, we are a village. This is the autism community, and we're here to help. We're here to help you create the best possible outcome for you, your child, and your family.